Hello, Michael and Christopher. My name is Peter Ranieri, and this is just a quick pitch to show a product that I've started building a month ago. Basically, I build custom databases. So this is the product. So basically, you can come into here and you can enter your name. I'll just enter PR, and then enter an email address, and a password, and a database name, and then press create. And then this will build a database in the end. This is running on dev, so just display this. Okay, and what it does is it basically allows you to create database solutions which are live. So in here we have a list of entities which are created automatically. So you have a team and a user, and you can assign teams to users and all that sort of stuff and manage permissions of entities. And out of the box, it's just created one entity called notes. And notes, if we have a look in here, we can edit the information. We could say example message ABC and then press save. Right, and then it updates information in there, and it has a OData layer which you can update and read and import information into there. So if we go notes, we might want a new column in there, maybe due date, and we can go a new column, and we can do due date, and we can customize this entity straight off, and it does this all live. So it's building a custom database solution with no code. It's managing all of that in the back end and all the relationships and all of that. So if you have a look here, it's got a new column called due date, and we could set a date in here, and you can see that this is a custom date picker that matches the look and feel of the environment. And if we go here, we can see audit, and we can see that the audit trace initially created this, then we changed to ABC, and then we set a due date in there. Now what we can do is we can create an entire new entity, which is the whole idea of the app. So basically we can have an entity name. We might call this, say, countries. So we might want a list of countries. And we can import that. We can say we'll put it in custom. And then we might want a world icon. So basically, this here is interfacing through the Noun project to fetch icons. So if you use Microsoft CRM Dynamics or other entity creating tools, you have to find icons, and it gets really inconsistent with the look, but these are all vector icons which you interface using the API, and then you can customize them, and I can change the color and the size and all that sort of thing of the icons. So I'll just change it to world. Then I can import this, so I'll import a country list, and it imported 203 records straight away, and I can see that I've got all the records inside here, and I can filter by that and all that sort of thing. What I'll do is I'll create another entity just to show that. So a new entity, you give it an entity name, we might call it domains, so website domains for example, and here's a list of I'll put it in say custom, and then domain, say website. And if we go domain, we can go import. Now this is going to import 100,000 rows. So there's other products which take a long time to import data, and sometimes we have to import 250,000 rows in another vendor's database with their solution, not this product, but another product, and that took an overnight process. But you can see that it just imported 100,000 records, and this just isn't just getting the 100,000 records and importing it to a table. It's actually getting the 100,000 records, checking business constraints of there, putting it into a search database, putting it into an audit database, as well as displaying it in another separate area for it to be fetched in here. And we can see our domains in here. We could filter ones on news, and we can filter it by ID, and you see the most popular news domains with the news in there and all that sort of stuff. So this is an import. This is an import of data which I fetched from another source. And then what's really cool is this is a global search here, and this global search searches all entities across here, right? Except it doesn't do like a table scan of all the entities. It searches a search database which it builds up as you use this system. So for example, we can look for Australia, right? And we can see that there's Australia here, or you can search as a domain, because we've got it in both. There's a domain for Australia and a domain in a country, and we could click on there, and you can imagine if this is a normal system, for example CRM, this could be a client that we've created, and we could click on it straight away if we wanted to call them, and we'd get the details straight away. We could also go and we could link these entities up and all that sort of thing in there. So there's also, I'll just show you what it does in the back end. So this is just a little viewing tool I built just to see the data, and you can see that we've created website should be down here. Oh, we called it domain. So domain is over here, and you can see that it's created these internal fields. It knows that created by as a link to user, modified to link to user, and it manages all the auditing fields on there. One of the other things is that you can customize this obviously. So This is a logo. So this is a random logo I've picked up, not affiliated with the app at all. And you can see that it got the colors from this logo and it's themed the whole site. So it still needs some polishing to make it a little bit cleaner. And yeah, polishing is a huge thing. I did start this around a month ago, so it's still new. And that's, I guess, if you have a look here, for example, I can show you how it customizes it. Just you have a look at this picture of my pet cat with a Santa costume, or an elf costume. And you can see that it picks up the colors in here and automatically themes it with the colors in there. So you get automatically theming and all that sort of thing inside there. But I guess you might be asking, why did I send you this video? And you're still watching it. That's quite amazing because it's past almost 6 minutes into it. If you know anyone that can be like a mentor or give me guidance, that'd be really appreciative. I feel like that would be really beneficial. If there's any way that you know any other sources, which could potentially be angel funding, that would benefit heaps. But mainly I'm looking for a mentor. Don't know if that would come from within you two with your organization, or if it will be separately. But if there's someone you know, that'd be very good. Feel free to send me an email. Thank you very much for listening, and hope you have a happy new year. Cool. Thanks very much. Thank you.